Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the season finale of the Traitors season 4. Well, it's the season finale for me. It's been fun. Okay? It's been fun, but now I gotta go. Okay? So this is the season 4 Traitors, the Traitors season 4 season finale for me. Okay?
Oh! Shout out to everybody. I had fun.
I gotta be good.
Girl, we're just gonna talk, Um I mean, so you know what? I'm a wait to save who and home, even though I don't know why I'm waiting. Anyway, so you know what, girl? Let's just talk. Girl, I knew what was gonna happen. I tried to tell y'all last week. This is the thing. Shout out to the Jesse H. Jones School of Business. Um, I took a couple of marketing classes, and I knew that when Candace, I pay attention to stuff like this. I saw that Candace was releasing a song on February the 4th, I believe. It was Wednesday. Traitors comes on Thursday. And I said last week, I said, I think next week Candace is going home. One, girl, we're going to call her for what it is. She done went against the white man, and we know how the girls go up for Rob in the house. So they got to protect, the cute white boy at all cost. So she's going against the cute white boy, as Kristen calls him, not the sweet, sweet man. When I tell you, if Rob wins this game, which more than likely he is, I peep stuff like this. I don't know if you watch the people who have Peacock, because I know some people watch it different ways, watch the show different ways. But if you have Peacock, did you notice that Rob had his own little not show, but you know how like it'll show like when you click on the app and it'll show all the shows that are listed. They also had I can't remember the exact name, but it was like Rob's time on Love Island. And I was like, that's weird. Like why do they need to make him have his own show? So I'm thinking started thinking, well, maybe they had one for all the girls and boys, right? Like Candace's time on Real Housewives of Potomac, Lisa's time on um, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kristen's time on Top Chef. But he had his own thing you could click on. You know how like you can watch the Traitors podcast on Peacock? He had his own thing you could click on. And I was like, that's strange. So more than likely Rob is gonna win. Cool, whatever. Um, but I knew I knew last week that Candace was more than likely gonna go home because she had a single come out on the 4th. This is the thing, y'all. And some of you were in my comments like, oh, that don't mean nothing. It actually does. For a lot of these people, when they get on these television shows, that's the most eyeballs that will be on them at one time. It's like when the girls go down to the Real Housewives of whatever, 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 and then they say, oh, I'm coming out with an album. And then they usually try to get the album out during the season finale, because they know at that time, if the show brings in 500,000 viewers, they know that 500,000 people know that I have an album coming out. So when I saw that Candace was coming out with a single on the 4th, girl, and last week, girl, she had threw Rob name out there. I said, oh, girl, she must be about to go home. That's why she's trying to hurry up and get this single out. Because at this time, this is the most eyeballs that have probably been on Candace since she left the Real Housewives of Potomac at one time. So you have to think about stuff like that. At least I do. And I tried to tell the people, and girl, I was right. Okay? I was right. Girl, I was right. Y'all was wrong. I knew she was going home. One, because she went against the cute white boy. And then two, girl, she said she was coming out with this song. She was trying to make sure that before I leave, before I, leave the show, the promo stops, that these people know when they run over to my Instagram page, Because she's on the show, that probably adds more traffic to her social media pages. So let the people know I have a single coming out. Like, all that stuff goes hand in hand. So anyways, Girl, can we just talk? I got some stuff I got to get off my chest, and I won't be okay, with the season finale, with this being the season finale, and me not saying this. I am not buying into Rob being this great player. I think that Rob has a lot of things working in his favor. One, the faithfuls being stupid. Okay. Two, Rob is a white man. And on top of that, he's someone who will be considered cute. Not overly gorgeous, right? Not this just, gorgeous top model. He's a cute white man with a nice body, a deep voice, tattoos, low key. That all works in his favor. The privilege that comes with Rob is working in his favor for this game. The fact that the people in the house are hypnotized by Rob, right? That works in his favor. I'm going to say this like I said last week. You can be Taylor Swift and sell 1 million copies, 1 million plus copies your first week. That don't mean you out singing Beyonce or Kelly Clarkson or Adele. You see what I'm saying? So just because Rob more than likely might win the game, that doesn't mean that he won the game because he's just this great player. Did he make some moves in this episode where I was like, oh, okay, Miss Rob? Okay. Yes, he did. Right? But I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Rob is just this outstanding player. No, Rob has been able to get by his own words. What did Rob say? When him, Lisa, and Candace were in that having breakfast, Lisa said, so what's the plan today? I think I took a screenshot. What's your plan? Candace said, Operation Diffuse the situation. And Rob said, same thing I do every day, kind of sit back and whenever people bring stuff up. And then the viewers say, oh my God, he's the greatest player ever. Girl, y'all just want to fucking suck on Rob. Can we just call it for what it is? You want to fuck Rob. You want to suck on Rob. You want to play with Rob's snake, okay? I knew that Rob had the people hypnotized when they decided that one of the best moments in reality television history was when Rob corrected Michael Rappaport when he used the word the incorrect way. And the people were online talking about, oh my God, this is one of the greatest moments in history, television history. Girl, what? What? The bar is low in hell. The bar is low in reality TV. Girl, if you think that that's one of the greatest moments in reality TV history. Girl, the bar is low in reality TV history when you think that because Candace said that Rob floundered a fork or he was floundering at the table and Rob's response was, well, I've floundered forks before. Oh my God, girl. That's how I know that, girl, it's not even necessarily about his game. You're just infatuated with the cute white boy on TV. Has Rob done some things that were cute on the show? Yes. This episode, how he set Candace up with Colton. Miss Colton, I'm glad she got, girl, let me tell you something. Candace, as far as I'm concerned, Candace sacrificed herself to get Colton out of that house. Girl, Rob told Colton that they were traitors. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. After Colton, so basically, Rob and Candace meet up, right? They're in the turret. And they're going over people to banish or to seduce. Rob basically knows that Colton has been saying Candace's name the night prior, right? Candace doesn't know that Colton has been saying her name. So Candace banishes Colton. He didn't tell Candace. So I said, okay, Miss Rob. Okay. I said, I see you. Girl, I said, I see you. Now, this is what, I said I was going to go back and watch season 1 because I've been seeing 2 different sides of people saying two different things. On one hand, I hear people saying that the traitors are supposed to stick together and get the faithfuls out of the house. And then on the next side, people are saying, no, 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 no. But it's about basically the traitors betraying each other and trying to be the only one to get to the end. So I don't know. Again, this is my first season. I don't know. But anyways, so Rob knew that Colton had been saying Candace's name, but Candace didn't know because Rob didn't tell her. So when Colton was banished and they found out the next day, of course they're like, whoa, 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 what's going on? Right? So after Colton got banished, this is what he said. I think it's pretty obvious Candace is up there trying to be consistent and do a throwaway vote is sloppy gameplay. Then he says, I have faith that faithfuls know who it is. I hope that my boy Rob wins. Good game, Candace. Girl, you're speaking like you know for a fact Candace is up there and Rob is also a traitor. Now, before anybody says anything, oh well, they let the faithfuls know who the traitors are. Yeah, when they're at the table and they're about to flip over those cards and their faces are on the cards. I've seen those posts on Instagram. I've seen the one with Tiffany. I've seen the one with Jam Jam. I've seen the one with Ron and the other girls and boys. When they get voted out, they're at a table and then they say who they think the traitors are and then they flip the cards over. Baby, Colton was still had his ass in that seat talking as if he knew who the traitors were. Y'all not gonna get me to believe, especially after Lisa Rinna came out last week and said she thinks that Rob told Colton who the traitors were, that Rob didn't tell Colton that who the traitors were. I believe Rob told Colton, yes.
Bitch. A nasty, vile gutter snipe. Right up out the hood.
You're speaking too matter of fact. And then Lisa is coming out saying, I think that Rob told Colton who the traitors were.
Nobody don't got nothing to say.
You're sitting in the confessional after you get banished talking like you already know. But everybody else who got banished, they were sitting at a motherfucking coffee table with cards in front of their face. Then they flipped over the cards to see who the traitors were. Hello? So why didn't that happen to him? Unless Rob told Colton.
I should have kept my good eye on that bulbous ass forehead bitch. I knew she wasn't no good, and I went against my better judgment, and look at us now.
I think it's sexist as fuck for people to always look at a woman's response as if she's just emotional. When you have someone like Rob who doesn't want to be, that's my best friend in the game. Girl, you just met this girl 3 days ago, and now y'all good Judies. He doesn't want to vote for Ron because of some emotional connection. He doesn't want to vote for Colton because that's going to look too suspicious because that's my best friend in the house. Girl, what it really comes down to is y'all are sexist as fuck. I'm talking to men and women. Y'all are sexist as fuck, and y'all say things that only you want to attach to women, and that's it. When it comes to a woman, she's emotional. When it comes to men, it's just bros before hoes. Even though, I'm about to say something that's going to shake the table, even though that was an emotional vote that they did when they voted Michael Rappaport out the house.
You know, this whole crap with this cancel culture and the...
Shut up! Shit! Shut the fuck up! Nobody wants to hear it.
Fucker.
You've been talking all fucking week. You don't care what you have to say, just stop talking.
You got me right in my fucking head, asshole.
Stop.
Damn it.
That's when I knew that they didn't know what the fuck they was doing. Because whatever's going on between Michael and Colton, we can deal with that at the goddamn reunion. Girl, we're supposed to be here trying to get this money. and girl, vote out the people who we think that are traitors, not motherfuckers who just get on our nerves.
Let's work on that.
Because if that's the case, Colton should have been gone right afterwards. What is we talking about? I think that it is fucked up that Candace had one misstep. Girl, girl, this is the thing, right? Can I say, the girl, this is going to be uncomfortable for some of y'all who like to live in your own world. I get it. I do. When I watch The Real Housewives of New York, when I watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the couple of times I've watched The Real Housewives of Orange County, these predominantly white housewife shows, do you want me to believe that these women, this is going to make sense when I gotta, I'm a little long-winded. Do you want me to believe that these women are Democrats and they just vote, girl, blue? No. I know some of these girls go in there, I know they MAGA. But sometimes when I watch the show, I just want to watch the show, right? Sometimes when we watch TV, we just want to watch TV and not have to worry about, it's, escapism. We just want to watch TV and not have to worry about racism and colorism. Like when we watch Potomac and we see that the people who are closer to this side, they don't pass the paper brown bag test in comparison to the girls who are light and bright. Why is it that these girls are always treated differently from these girls, right? And then it starts a whole conversation about colorism, and then the people get really agitated and frustrated because they just want to watch the show. It ruins their experience of watching the show. I don't want to have to deal with colorism when I watch. I don't want to deal with racism when I watch. I don't want to deal with the black lady being. I don't want to deal with microaggressions. People just want to watch the show. I get it. But I also think that comes from sometimes a place of privilege where you feel like you don't have to face or acknowledge certain things. Not in necessarily every scenario. So the point I'm trying to make is when we watch the Traitors, it is hard for me sometimes to disconnect so much where I don't see certain things happening, right? Candace makes one misstep, she's gone, boom, just like that. Rob can say that this is my best friend. Girl, I can waste forks and spoons everywhere. Girl, I can give I have a dream Martin Luther King speech. I can give a whole State of the Union address, right? That's the most that we ever seen Rob speak last week in all the motherfucking episodes combined, and nobody's still looking Rob's direction. Even as of right now, at this episode, I don't know about next episode, girl, you really didn't even hear people say Rob's name. And when it came up, Kristen was like, oh no, I can't believe that Rob is a traitor. Not that sweet, sweet man. The nigga with tattoos, snake tattoos on his body, you can't believe that he would be a traitor.
My God, today.
Lady.
Candace done laid out the whole motherfucking thing for y'all. And y'all dumbasses are still walking through the motherfucking castle. Girl, still not getting it. Bitch, is anything up here? The shit that Candace was saying absolutely made sense. It should be enough for them to be like, wait, y'all want to say that Candace is not consistent anymore, okay? Because the throwaway vote that she did for Rob. But she became consistent when she voted for Rob again. Let me say it again. They say that Candace is inconsistent because of the throwaway vote that she did for Rob. But Candace became consistent when she voted for him twice in a row. They move the line with Candace when they say the housewives are supposed to stick together. But then they start questioning Candace why she didn't vote for Lisa. I thought y'all said that housewives are supposed to stick together. So why are y'all questioning why she didn't vote for Lisa? Why are you not questioning she had a throwaway vote, but why did she choose Rob out of everybody? Why did she throw away the vote and write Mara's name down or write Steven's name down? Like, that's how you know the faithfuls are not smart. Because instead of them questioning, see, I'm a bitch who like to ask too many questions. Okay? And the girls who watch my channel know I got 115 questions. Now, what happened? Say it again. So why she write your name down? Why you think? Oh, okay. Right. Oh, okay. So it's okay to question why she wrote. It's okay to question why Candace wrote Rob's name down as a throwaway vote. But what's the follow-up question to that? Why did she choose Rob out of everybody? That's weird. Why did she choose Rob? And then she wrote his name down twice. Girl, I don't get it. So, and it was so crazy. I was just talking to one of my friends last week, and they were just saying, because we both knew that Candace was going to get sent. We was like, girl, Candace going home. So, and we both kind of were talking as if she already went home, but it's fucked up that Candace went home off of one misstep, right? And that was enough for them to look at Candace. But then when there are other people, aka Rob, who he's had missteps and nobody's blinking an eye. Like Candace said, girl, they'll drink his bathwater. Girl. Okay, anyways, what else? Girl, I don't know what we done talked about. I kind of laughed when Candace was in the kitchen and Johnny walked by and he was like, "Hey, Candace," and then I love shit like that. Then he started rolling his body, then he dropped to the ground, and she was like, "Roll your body, roll your body, roll your body." Yes. I thought that was cute. Johnny tells Candace that her name is being mentioned. And then Steven tells Candace that Colton was saying her name the night before. Girl, when he told Candace that, Candace looked up, girl, she knew right then she knew she had fucked up. She knew she was going home. Girl, she knew she was going home last week, quiet as it's kept. But that time, at that point, she knew, okay, girl, I'm going home. Rob and Candace have a conversation. She tells Rob, so I'm hearing my name. And then he says, I'm hearing it from everyone. I'm not going to push for you. And then she says, I feel like you already have. And then he says, really? And then she says, so why is my name suddenly coming up? And then he says, Colton. And then she says, so why? She says, so when did you know this? He said, this morning. And she said, not yesterday. He said, no, why? Girl, she said, because if you knew Colton was saying my name, it would be convenient for me to be like, that's fine. Let me just let her murder Colton. And then he put ride. And then she said, mm-hmm. I was kikiing at this conversation. I was kikiing. I was laughing my ass off at this conversation. And then he says, so you don't trust me, basically. That's what you're saying. And then she says, I didn't say that. We just have different values. And then he says, I'm sorry. And then she says, are you? She said, you also told Lisa you were sorry. And then he says, I feel like you're taking this very personally, and this is a game. And then she said, it is a game, and you're a snake. And then she says, if I get banished tonight, your name will come up. And then he says, I feel like this is bad sportsmanship. And then she said, you feel like this is bad sportsmanship. Not the motherfucker who threw Lisa under the bus twice. Girl, and again, it's not that he voted for Lisa. Okay, cool. You gotta vote for Lisa, you gotta do what's best for you. It's that, girl, really and truly, Lisa didn't have to leave that game. It wasn't until Rob gave that speech that swayed the girls and boys. Be very clear. Up until Rob gave that speech, Natalie would have been out that door. Natalie would have been gone. And then he said, the game is called Traitors. And then she says, and you're not a traitor, you're a snake. Girl. Anyways, and then Rob says that his goal is to remain calm while simultaneously trying to get Candace as riled up as possible. And the first thing I said was, girl, Bitch, why would she be riled up? Unless they just haven't shown us something, when have we seen Candace riled up? So why would you think that you can make Candace become riled up? We ain't seen we done seen Candace riled up before. We ain't never seen Candace riled up on the Traitors. So they have the round table, and they were talking about how Candace is not consistent with her votes, which is not true because, again, we can't say she's not consistent when she's voted for Rob twice. And at this point, y'all are not going to question why she's voting for Rob. Like, Candace laid out the stuff on a silver platter for these dumbass motherfuckers, and they still are not catching what she's lying down on the platter. Girl, at this point, Rob gonna win. We know Rob is gonna win. Girl, it is what it is. Shout out to Rob. I put this is dumb. Candace said, I'm gone. Here's I put this is dumb. Candace said, I'm gone. Here's the info. Candace is laying it down for y'all. Bitch, because if I ain't gonna win, bitch, I'm gonna make sure he don't win either. It is what it is. And then when she said that Colton was being used as Rob's beard, I said, come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. That's a lesbian relationship.
What about your lesbian relationship, bitch?
Well, the girl said that we was gay, girl. We was kissing lesbians, girl.
Anyways, her and Rob were going back and forth. I felt like Candace laid it out the best she could. I felt like she was wrapping Rob up at the round table and in that room especially. I put Rob as nervous as hell. Go back and watch the episode. Rob was fidgety as hell at that round table, because he had never been on a spot like that. And then Candace is banished. They vote for Candace to leave, and he chooses Eric as a traitor. Then it goes off. Eric is hollering and screaming like, "Girl, whatever." And then you heard Kristen say that no, Rob can't be a traitor. Not that sweet, sweet man. I said, see, that's y'all problem. Y'all stupid. The faithfuls are dumb. They're dumb because there are too many heads in the house, and there's no way in hell that y'all are not going to tell that, even though we're watching from our TV screens and we're saying what we would have done and what we would have said, girl, Candace is telling y'all Rob don't even talk at the round tables. But last week you talked a lot. Girl, like, she's laying this shit out for y'all, right? Some people were mad at Candace because they feel like Candace is blowing up Rob's spot. Girl, at this point, girl, fuck Rob. I don't owe Rob shit. I can't trust Rob. Girl, Rob sat there and tried to gaslight Candace in that room, knowing damn well he had just went out there, which is fine, they lying on the show, knowing damn well he had just went out there and said all that shit to Steven, Mark, Natalie, and I think it was Eric. And then tried to act like, oh, I'm not pushing your name. I'm not pushing your name. Oh, so you don't trust me? Bitch, this is not Love Island. I'm not one of those white girls, girl, trying to win your heart. Shout out to Phaedra Parks. Hello? Candace clocked everything that Rob was trying to do in that room. Anyways, girl, it is what it is. You know, shout out to Rob. Again, I think Candace played an amazing game. I think that it is absolutely fucked up that people are trying to reduce what she did on this show. The fact of the matter is, for a lot of these games, not necessarily the Traitors, but I know for a lot of these games, only one person will win. And even when that person wins, the people that lose, they will still consider them great players. So to try to take away what Candace has contributed to this game, because she wrote Rob's name down last week, who gives a fuck, girl? Candace was giving us good TV. Okay? Baby girl, Candace was giving us good TV when she wrote Rob's name down. Everybody was hollering and screaming at their houses. Tell me y'all wasn't. Okay? I think it's fucked up. I know what the girls and boys are trying to do by propping this white man up as if he's just, girl, doing all this shit in the castle. Rob has made some decent moves, but again, Rob is the same one, and I quote, girl, Lisa, what's your plan? Candace, Operation Diffuse the Situation. Rob, the same thing I do every day, kind of sit back and whenever people bring stuff up, girl, and the viewers, oh my God, Rob is the best player ever. He's the best player ever. He doesn't do anything. Girl, he's coasting through the game and he's going to win because he's the best player ever. Girl, Rob is a coaster. Rob has coasted to the end. Rob does not have this spectacular gameplay. He just doesn't. Rob is using his privileges to his advantage. Taylor Swift uses her privileges to her advantage. Does that mean she's the best singer in the world? No. Will she still sell 1 million plus albums her first week of dropping an album? Yes. What that mean? She just sell 1 million plus albums when she drop her albums in the first week. Does that mean she outsings other girls? Absolutely motherfucking not. Rob is Taylor Swift. Okay, be very clear. Rob is Taylor Swift. Girl, and y'all try to make him be something that he's more than what he's not. I mean, y'all try to make him be something that he's not. And I done clocked it a long time ago. Okay? Oh, girl, sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot I was recording this video that fast. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Let me just look up a notes, because, girl, after this, girl, I'm done. I'll see y'all, girl. I don't know, girl. Good evening. Good evening. You seem pretty mad at me. There wasn't enough evidence for Lisa, so I gave a throwaway. Me? You don't think that was uncalled for? Bitch, I put, you don't think your speech, I have a dream, was uncalled for? Girl, Rob. Girl. Candace murders Colton. Rob set her up. It was a good call. That's what I put. It was a good call. Candace left hand. I'll put Candace. Oh, Candace is left-handed and her writing is ugly. Girl. Breakfast time. The girls are talking about Candace's throwaway vote as if Dorinda didn't have a throw. That's another thing too. Dorinda had a throwaway vote too. Oh, it's not the same thing. Girl, it's not. It's not. Okay. I think it's pretty obvious. Candace is up there trying to be consistent and do a throwaway vote is really sloppy gameplay. Candace was still in the house after you, baby. Okay. I have faith that the faithfuls know who it is. I hope that my boy Rob wins. Girl, Colton knows who the faithful. And another thing too, you can't sit here and tell me that's in their contracts. If that was in their contracts, then Lisa wouldn't have come out and said that Rob knew. I mean, Lisa wouldn't have come out and said that she believes that Rob told Colton who the traitors were if it was in their contracts. If it was in their contracts, Colton wouldn't have approached Lisa trying to proposition her to protect me in the, what is it called? Protect me upstairs and I'll protect you at the round table. If y'all think that Rob didn't tell Colton who the traitors were and he's talking as a matter of fact, and Lisa is also coming out in interviews saying that she thinks that Rob told Colton who the traitors were. That's what Lisa Rinna said. I said, can't Candace sacrifice herself for the game? Got that stalker out. That's what I put. Okay. Ooh. Y'all know who Johnny remind me of? Yeah, that's what I've been wanting to say. Johnny remind me of that man from the Avengers movie. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Girl, the one who was friends with the one who was brothers with Thor. Girl, I cannot remember his name. Girl, I'm gonna put his picture. I'm gonna put his name. Girl, let me look at his name. I'm gonna put his picture on the screen. Let me look at his name. Thor's brother. Thor's brother. That was his brother. Loki. Girl, Johnny remind me of Loki. Johnny don't remind y'all of Loki. Johnny remind me of Loki. Yeah, he do. Anyway, shout out to Johnny. I put they're dumb. Candace is consistent. This is her second time voting for Rob. Rob says Colton mentioned Candace. Johnny told Candace her name is being mentioned. So yeah, anyways, girl, I'm gonna go back and watch season 1 because they said that's when a black girl won. I don't know her name, Sierra. I don't know, girl. So I can really see. I might need to go back and just watch the beginning of this season too, just to hear how Alan describes what the traitors are supposed to do. Because again, there are conflicting stories out there about what the job of the traitors is supposed to be. I hear a group of people saying that the traitors are supposed to protect the traitors and make sure they get to the end and get all the faithfuls out. And then some people are like, no. Like, it is what it is. It's the traitors. They could, like, But even though they say the traitors do betray each other, but it's supposed to be the traitors are sticking together and getting everyone out. That's why I think Candace was like, what Monique Exchange said. People are confused that she's a faithful traitor. Anyways, all right, y'all. That's it. It's been fun. Shout out to Candace, the most entertaining player we had this season. Girl, the game is over. Bitch, you got Kristen, you got Johnny and Tyra and Natalie. Girl, the game is over. Girl, Rob won the game more than likely. Girl, Colton is gone. Candace gone, Lisa gone, Michael gone. All the people who gave us something to talk about, baby, they gone. They gone, baby. Yeah. It ain't nothing else to talk about, honestly. So yeah. All right. Shout out to Candy Girl. She did an amazing job. I'm glad. One thing I am happy that Candace came on this show, and girl, we already knew about Candace, girl. The girls just get mad because she be reading the fuck out of y'all homegirl Giselle. Okay? That's what y'all be mad about. Okay? Girl, get over it. We don't give a fuck. Okay? Bye, y'all.
Oh! Shout out to everybody. I had fun.
I gotta be good.